Well, good afternoon and welcome to Loddon Valley Leisure Centre. It is NBL Division 1 action. My name is Ben Fisher and today I am joined by the illustrious Charlie Haynes. Hopefully it won't be the Charlie Haynes show, but Charlie, a warm welcome to you. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Always a pleasure to join the Ben Fisher on comms. So, yep, excited for this one.
Yes, absolutely. Two teams that are in really good form in NBL Division 1. It's the Reading Rockets against the Essex Rebels, and they're just being introduced to us as we speak. What have you made of the start to the season the Essex Rebels have made, Charlie? So the Essex Rebels have just been introduced, and here come the Reading Rockets. So let me give you tonight's lineups. So the Rebels are going with number 0, Luke Basumbru, 1, Victor Olorin, 2, Ben Winter, 4, Abuka Agekwe, 8, Kyron Martin, 9, Tyrese Hudson, 10, and captain Rory Winter, 13, TJ Hibbert, 14, Ricardo Massifera, 21, Trey Chapman, 23, Elias Porman, and number 45, Connor Nelson. Players to watch out for on the Essex Rebels team. Elias Zane Porman has done a fantastic job for his team so far this year, so it'll be interesting to see how he gets on against the Rockets tonight. This is their second meeting of the season. The Rockets were victorious in Kit King trophy action, and the Rockets are being introduced to their home team, which is also on screen, as you'll say, and they're going to line up with number 4, Mitch Clark, 5, Reese Pinnock, 6, Jemiah Jenkins, 7, Lewis Champion, 8, Elijah Maynard, 9, Isaac Round, 10, Harry Milbank, 11, Jacob Spurrier, number 14, Zach Powell, and number 15, Christian Alexander. We believe that Finn Porter is not playing this evening, but we will confirm that shortly. So two teams with excellent records in Division 1. Charlie, you've obviously seen the home team play quite a bit. What's been your thoughts so far this season?
I think this season's probably been, for me, since I first come here, one of the most exciting ones. I'm enjoying the pace that the guys are playing at, and I'm also enjoying seeing the amount of time some of the academy guys, like Isaac Round, are getting on the court. But yeah, I think we've got a really exciting lineup. Very much enjoy watching Mitch Clark this season. I think he's really sort of held together the team a little bit and managed to get us into some really nice offense. So yeah, I think it's been a really exciting season for the Rockets so far, and excited for this one.
So it looks like Finn Porter has indeed suited up, so we will let the statisticians know he's not on there. But good to see that he's in the lineup. I know he was suffering from a shoulder injury earlier in the week, but he is available, which is great to see. And talking of Finn Porter, what a fantastic job he's done so far this season, Charlie.
Yeah, certainly. I think he's really sort of stepped up this year, and I know Samit is a big fan of his, Coach Samit, and sort of giving him a little bit more responsibility this year, which he's taken on immensely. So yeah, doing really well this year so far.
Yes, he certainly is. And Elijah Maynard, the former Barking Abbey player, has stepped up in recent weeks. What do you like about his game so far this year?
I think the excitement for me, he has a really nice pace to the offense, good skill set from both behind the arc, and very exciting when he takes off near the rim. So I think for him, very exciting player, but yeah, adds a nice sort of pace to the group.
Essex Rebels certainly doing a great job so far this season, and I don't know if you saw yesterday, Charlie, I believe it was a WBBL game. They had 1,451 fans at the game at Essex University. Absolutely amazing. What a game day they put on. And it's something that we certainly look up to here at the Valley. But they've done really well since entering Division 1. And they've got some good talent on their roster. Luke Basumbru, who is from Team Solent Kestrels. He's been at various other clubs, but he's definitely one to watch out for. What do you make of Elias Porman's impact so far this season? Leading scorer for the Rebels, quite a prominent figure in their lineup.
Yep, certainly is. I think one thing I really like is the way that Ross Norfolk gets his teams to play. Again, probably an exciting one today. Gets them to play quite a nice pace to their game, and I think Elias Borman really sort of fits in well with the way he likes to play. So, yeah, a really exciting addition for them, and something that fits very well with the way Ross likes to have his team organise his offense.
Most definitely, and we can give you tonight's starting 5. So for the Rebels, they will line up with number 0, Luke Basumbrou, number 1, Victor Olorin, 4, Abuke Agekwe, 21, Trey Chapman, and 45, Connor Nelson. So Elias Borman coming off the bench for the Rebels this evening. And for the Rockets, they'll line up with number 4, Mitch Clark, number 7, captain Lewis Champion, number 8, Elijah Maynard, 14, the general as he's known in these parts, Zach Powell, and number 15, Christian Alexander. And I'm sure the Rockets faithful will be hoping to see a bit more of Christian Alexander, especially as in the last 3 home games, he's picked up 2 fouls in the first couple of minutes.
Yeah, well, certainly someone to target, especially with the sort of smaller lineup that Samet likes to put out, such as today. So, yeah, definitely a target, and it'll be interesting to see if Essex put him under pressure early and see if they can force him out of the game.
Yes, indeed, and the interior game will be an interesting matchup for us to watch, as we have Reading Rockets currently lying in 4th place in NBL Division 1 with a record of 4 wins and yet to be beaten in league play. Essex Rebels also have 4 wins. They have suffered a single loss, so this is a really key game at the top of the NBL Division 1 table, especially with the Loughborough Riders recording a 3-point victory over the Derby Trailblazers last night. Derby Trailblazers currently leading the league with 5 wins and 2 losses, and right behind the Loughborough Riders with 5 wins and 1 loss. Hemel Storm in 3rd place with 4 wins and 2 losses. And it's really tight at the top of the table, because down to 6th, the City of Birmingham Rockets have 4 wins and a loss. Quite an exciting league this year, Charlie.
Certainly is. Lots of talent on offer in NBL Division 1. Certainly also very exciting when you get to have a game at a place like Loddon Valley or Essex Rebels. So, yeah, very excited. I think the league itself has been high action, high pace, highlights every week in every fixture. So let's hope we have some of them tonight as well.
Absolutely. The Valley is ready. The 2 teams are ready. And we are about to get underway. Live NBL Division 1 action coming to you from Loddon Valley Leisure Centre here in Reading. Quite an important game early on in the season. Do let us know if you are tuning in. Put any comments in the box and we will respond to them as the Rebels have the first possession of the game. Luke Basumbrou. Ekwe goes to Chapman. Olorin trying to go against Champion. Olorin steps back for 3 and connects Victor Olorin with the opening points of the game.
Wow, what a start that is. Huge shot to start the game. See what Rockets can answer back with.
Rockets playing their cross-screen, T-screen action. Ball goes into Alexander. Alexander doesn't get it to go. Powell under pressure. Maynard fires the 3, but he's well off. And the rebound's in favour of the Rebels. Olorin thought about it, but it's stolen by Powell. Clark goes back to Powell. Powell reversing the ball through Alexander. Screen and roll. Clark to Alexander. Alexander inside, but gets blocked by the helping Connor Nelson there, who then shoots the 3 ball, and he connects, and the Rebels lead early, 6-zip.
Excellent play from Connor Nelson. Big stop on defense and a huge shot down the other end on offense. 5-point swing.
6 plays 0 here at the Valley as Powell drives, kicks it to Champion, and he connects for 3. Lewis Champion opens the Rockets' account. Out of bounds is the call, and it will be a Rockets ball. Certainly will be an interesting matchup in the interior, especially between Alexander and Chapman. Rockets reversing the ball, looking inside to Alexander. Bang! Christian Alexander stuffs it home with authority.
There's the highlight. We were talking about that. 3 threes early and a big two-hand slam. What a start.
Both teams moving the ball well, and an offensive foul is called, and it's that man, who else but Lewis Champion, who takes one on the chest.
What a fast-paced game this is so far. Highlights on every end. Very exciting.
Yeah, 5 plays 6. 2 minutes gone in the game. Both teams really up for this one. They know it's an important clash at the top of the table. So Alexander will go again with Clark, who will fire the 3 ball. He's just off, and the Rebels will come again. And another offensive foul is called. Mitch Clark taking one right through his chest from Basumbru. 2 charges in 2 possessions, Charlie.
Back to back. I think one thing that Rockets definitely have is some really good guards defensively. I mean, when you've got someone like Reese Pinnock coming off the bench as well, that's an extra threat on the defensive end. But Lewis and Mitch have a fantastic start.
Absolutely. Rockets looking to try and take their first lead of the ball game with Champion, who's open for 3. And Champion, I thought was going to get the friendly roll, but didn't. Olerin is coming for the Rebels. Olerin looking to go all the way to the rack and gets fouled in the process. Victor Olerin, very, very good playing in transition and downhill, Charlie.
Yep, certainly is. And I think you can see Rockets already. As soon as that shot was missed, the guards above the free-throw line sprinting straight back in transition, trying to limit that as best they can. But great take to the rim and 2 shots to the line.
Absolutely, and Richard Taylor says big games keep coming. Kick King semi-final next Sunday. Absolutely, the Reading Rockets entertain the Derby Trailblazers, and it will be live for you on YouTube. Sunday, the 26th of November, 4 p.m. tip-off. That promises to be a great game with a final against Bradford Dragons at stake. But that's next weekend. Right now, Victor Olerin goes 1 from 2 from the line, and Rockets will have the team rebound. 5 plays 7. Looking forward to the Kick King semi next week?
Yep, certainly am. I'm hopefully going to be able to come along as well to that one. So,
well, if you're not too busy, yeah.
Well, you know, if you guys give me the time, I'll come.
Great pass by Powell, who finds Alexander for 2. 7 apiece. Sorry to cut you off there, Charlie. But what a pass by the general as the Rockets tie the game.
Certainly was. Great find and great patience from Christian as well under the rim.
Basumbru goes against Champion. No call this time. Misses at the rim, but Trey Chapman puts it in for 2. And that's something the Rockets have got to be very aware of, is the offensive rebound and tip-ins. Powell goes all the way, doesn't get it to go. Rebels will have the ball. And it's that man again, Victor Olerin. Maynard does a good job cutting him off. So high screen and roll coming. Rejects the screen, kicks to the corner, extra pass. Basumbru can't get it to go, but gets fouled. Great ball movement by the Rebels. Interesting call at the end.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if that was on Christian or Lewis. You already spoke about earlier about Christian getting early fouls in the game. It looks like they are trying to be quite aggressive and draw contact early. So,
and into the game for the Rockets for the first time comes Jemiah Jenkins, or Flip, as he's affectionately known by the Rockets faithful.
Fantastic to have him back as well this season.
Basumbru is good on the first. Goes 2 from 2. 7 plays 11. And 6 minutes 15 left in this first quarter. Maynard. Rockets in their pick and roll continuity. Clark finding the advantage, and Clark all the way to the rack for 2. Basumbru will fire the 3 ball, and he will connect. 9 plays 14. The Rebels quite hot early on in this first quarter.
Certainly are. Lots of opportunities from behind the arc at the moment as well. Be interesting to see if both teams can keep that up.
Clark will penetrate off the Maynard pass, hangs in the air, can't get it to go. Rockets forcing a little bit right now as the Rebels play in transition. Basumbru going against Jenkins and can't quite find Oleron in the corner. But some promising signs from the visitors to Reading today.
Certainly is, yeah. Essex are playing at that patented fast pace as well, looking to be aggressive and trying to make the extra pass off the initial kick to the corner. Samet seems to be a little bit frustrated at the minute that Rockets aren't creating the advantages he's after.
Maynard all the way to the rack for 2. Sorry, Charlie, yep.
No problem. I'm sure Samet will be a bit happier with that one.
Oh, Clark does his best to try and get a deflection, but can't get it. Screen and roll. The pull-up jumper is short from Agekwe as the Rockets come again in transition. Jenkins, stop and pop, finds the front of the rim, but it's kept alive by Alexander. A little bit static from the Rockets here. Maynard fires the long 2. That's a rush shot which won't please Nurizadeh. Oleron playing in transition, goes all the way to the rack. What a finish from Victor Oleron for 2. Powell looks to go one against Basumbru. And a foul is called on the play. Both teams are about to make a couple of changes. Luke Basumbru is called for that one. So into the game comes Elias Porman.
That's Basumbru on 2 as well. So 4 sub there for Ross Norfolk, had to take him out of the game.
Yep, and Finn Porter has come into the game for the Rockets in place of Christian Alexander. Jenkins stops and pops, finds the back of the iron, and rebound is with the Rebels. The Rockets not quite firing so far in this game. Inside move is no good. Who will get it? And a foot violation is called. But I'm not sure he kicked it.
No, I wasn't sure either on that one. He certainly didn't think he kicked it, that's for sure.
Yeah, the replay, inconclusive. We talk all the time about VAR, etc.
Well,
no, it's not called that in basketball. We were corrected last week as Isaac Round and Reese Pinnock have come into the game for the Rockets.
What's it called here then? Video review?
I can't remember. Thank you for that test. Anyway,
sorry.
Rockets, Round for 3 early on, and Round connects. Isaac Round straight in the game, buries the 3-ball. I think it's the instant replay system.
Oh, nice.
Stolen by the Rockets. Jenkins has it. Jenkins to Clark. Clark to Porter.
Lovely.
Bingo! Rockets tie the game at 16. And a timeout has been called by the Essex Rebels head coach, Ross Norfolk. Much better from the home team with 3:14 to go in this pulsating first quarter, Charlie.
Certainly was. Nice little finish there from Rockets. Went on a little run at the end and did a better job of trying to take Essex out of their actions, I thought. We could see Samet a little bit early, a little bit frustrated with some of the offenses, so I'm sure this will be a helpful timeout for him as well, just to construct the next couple of plays and make sure he's getting the mismatches that he wants on the offensive end.
Yes, and we're seeing some replays from the opening exchanges of the first quarter and some really tough shooting by the Rebels, but the Rockets have come back into this one. What do you think Coach Norfolk will be just discussing in his timeout, Charlie?
I think he'll just be, I think Ross likes to try and create the first advantage and just keep the ball moving after that. I think the first advantage will be what he's talking about at the minute. Got a little bit stagnant at the end. They were sort of making that initial pass to the corner and then seemed to be getting a bit stuck. So maybe just try something different, maybe look at creating off a flare screen, or maybe look to try and go straight to a different kind of matchup on the ball screen. So be interested to see what he comes up with.
What you'll notice, guys, is Coach Haynes uses first name terms with the coaches. I'm much more professional. So Coach Nurazade on the screen right now after Coach Norfolk's timeout. Anyway, it will be...
Lack of experience. I'll learn from you, don't worry.
Exactly. Anyway, it will be a Rebels ball from the baseline. Quite loud in here. The Rockets faithful really getting behind their team this season. Rockets' second season at the Valley. So Olerin with the ball. Kicks to Porman. Porman against Pinnock. That's a tough matchup for Pinnock, but if anybody can take it, it's Pinnock, helped by Porter. Chapman barrels his way to the basket and gets it to go for 2. Not sure that's what Coach Norfolk drew up. Anyway, here come the Rockets with Porter at the 5, and it looks like Isaac Round is playing the 4 spot. Great pass by Pinnock, and Porter is short on that one, but Clark lays it in for 2, and we're tied at 18. Chapman at the top of the key. Great job by Pinnock to deny Olerin, but he gets the ball with the high screen and roll. Olerin kicks it to Nelson. Shot clock winding down, Nelson fires, it's just off, and Jenkins rebounds for the Rockets. Probably got away with that one, did the home team. Jenkins will fire the 3, and he will connect. Flip Jenkins, they went under the pick. So he delivered the goods.
100%, can't give him any space.
Porman with the ball. Porman looking to go one-on-one against Jenkins, and a foul is called on the play. And the Rebels will make a change. Ben Winter will come into the game for the first time this evening. Ben Winter, a former Ipswich basketball graduate. Good to see him still playing significant minutes in Division 1. So Porman has it against Round. The switch is made, and Porman goes past Porter easily for 2. "21 plays 20. It's been a high-scoring first quarter here at the Valley. Clark takes his time, stops and pops, makes the 2. You mentioned Mitch Clark before the game, doing a great job for the Rockets, Charlie.
100%. I just think he's so smart, makes some lovely decisions on the ball, and someone that you can trust to set up your offense and create in your offense.
Winter drives, kicks it to the corner. Nelson fires, and a foul is called on the shot. Mitch Clark charged with that one, so Connor Nelson will have a trip to the line for 3. Let's have a look at the replay here. Restricted view, I think. Got paid the big bucks for full view. And I am talking about the game. So the first free throw from Connor Nelson is good. He makes the second. This has been a profitable offense for the Rebels. Three from 3, and ties the game at 23 with just under a minute remaining in this first quarter. Jenkins against Winter. Porter with the ball, hands off to Clark. Porter down screens, then gets the ball inside. Shot clock winding down. Porter to Jenkins. Jenkins fires against Porman, but that was no good. The shot clock is still winding down. Rockets somehow get the ball to go for 2. What a messy end to that possession.
Mitch Clark's been pretty huge on the board so far. I think he's had about 3 putback layups.
Certainly has, and a foul is called on Reese Pinnock in the backcourt. And with the Rockets in the penalty, that will be 2 shots for Ben Winter.
I think Coach Norfolk, went with last names there. I think Coach Norfolk wanted a foul on that last one as well. Seems a little bit frustrated at that one, but hard to see from our angle, I suppose.
Winter is short on the first. One possession left in this first quarter. 25 plays 23. Winter gets the friendly Loddon Valley roll on the second. And the Rockets will look to have the final possession of this pulsating first quarter. Live here at Loddon Valley Leisure Centre. Flip Jenkins just winding time down. High screen and roll. Jenkins passes to Pinnock. Pinnock back to Jenkins, who's open for three, but finds the back of the iron. And that will do us for this first quarter. 49 points poured in. Rockets 25, Essex Rebels 24. And Charlie, let's take a breath. What a first quarter that was.
Oh, certainly was. I think, as we predicted, very fast-paced. Both teams showing to be a threat from behind the arc and also proving quite challenging inside as well. So I certainly don't know what the next idea would be for the defense. But yeah, both teams doing a good job on the offensive end. So I think the first one to find a way to create a couple of stops will be the next team to get the best advantage.
The game very much following suit of the Kit King Trophy game between the two teams, very close. The Rockets were able to come out victorious on that day, but the Rebels certainly doing a good job in terms of making the scoreboard tick over. And you can see some highlights from this first quarter. Basketball TV Academy doing a fantastic job, as always, bringing you live coverage here at the Valley. Reading Rockets leading by 1 point. And let's give you some end of quarter statistics. So leading all scorers in the game with 8 points is that man who you talked about, Mitch Clark. And Christian Alexander has 4 points to support. And no surprise, the Rebels, they are led by Connor Nelson with 6, and that man Victor Olerin with 6. Luke Basumbru has 5, Trey Chapman with 4. And interesting enough, Elias Portman, who has 2, and Zach Powell has 0, and they're the leading scorers for both teams.
Well, one success for the defenses then, I suppose.
Indeed, so second quarter action is off and running here as Pinnock to Jenkins, who feeds Alexander. Alexander looking to play inside, but double teamed and loses the ball. Portman in transition, and that's a really early three from Kyron Martin from way downtown, but he connects. Rockets 25-27 down after that opening three-pointer. Jenkins fires to Clark. Clark's going to have to shoot it. He's off on that one. Ben Winter rebounding. Good start for the Rebels. They come again. Winter reversing it. Kyron Martin slowed down slightly, so Portman will play the high screen and roll. Portman behind the back pass. Winter to the corner. Beautiful offense by the Rebels. And Christian Alexander completely asleep on that rebound. Connor Nelson lays it in for 2. And a very early timeout by Coach Samit Nurizadeh.
Yeah, certainly is. Early one indeed. I think Essex came out a little bit more hot off the blocks on that one. And 2 big shots to start in the first minute of the second quarter has given them an early run that Samit just wanted to put a halt to before it came a little bit too late. So I think probably a good timeout from Samit. He saved, Coach Nurizadeh saved one in the first quarter as well. So he's still got one left to use in this half. So, yeah, I think a good one to use there.
You don't have to correct just because I say. Like, if you want to call them by their first names, you go for it. Charlie Haynes, very popular character within Basketball England. Hoping for, I'm sure there'll be a live podcast with him soon. So do check that out. But for now, back to the action here. And, yeah, it's a quick 5-zip run by the Rebels that Coach Nurizadeh has tried to chop. And the Rockets need to have probably a better inside presence in this next phase of the game, you'd think. And just a reminder of the lineups. Rory Winter has actually come into the game for the Rebels alongside his brother Ben Winter. Zane Porman, Kyron Martin and Tyrese Hudson. And Rockets, Flip Jenkins, Reece Pinnock, Elijah Maynard, Mitch Clark and Christian Alexander. That means Elijah Maynard having a spell at the 4. Rockets moving the ball well. Alexander inside. Alexander kicks to Jenkins, who is alone. Can't get it to go. Pinnock hot on the glass, but doesn't get it. Porman takes one dribble too many, stolen by Clark. Clark tried to give it back, but the Rockets maintain possession. Couple of changes for the home team. Zach Powell, Lewis champion, back into the game. And it's Jenkins and Pinnock that will sit down. Rockets ball from the sideline. High screen and roll coming between Alexander and Clark. Powell feeds inside to Alexander. Back out to Powell, who shoots the jumper and is blocked by Porman. Out of bounds is the call. And interesting to see the Rebels doubling from the strong side. Champion slips, but Clark gets it. Clark tries to feed Alexander. Hands not ready. Ball loose. Alexander hooks it in and scores with 0.2 seconds left on the shot clock.
100%, but coach not happy there. I mean, what was your take on that? That looked like a travel to you? He felt like Mitch tried to pass that off and then went and retrieved it again.
Yeah, and we've just missed the replay as well. That's poor commentating.
Yeah.
Bring back Mark Hailwood, who incidentally, guys, can't be with us. Can't be with us this evening. Mark, we hope your son feels better soon and you are back with us here. We have an average substitute that's come in myself. Ah, you thought I was talking about you, but I was talking about myself. Mark Hailwood, normally the lead. As Rory Winter has the ball for the Rebels. Winter past Clark, forces the switch. Rockets manage to switch back as Porman goes all the way to the rack, but can't quite get it to go. A foul is called on the play, and that will be charged to Christian Alexander by the looks of things. And that is his first foul. And you can tell by the surprise in my voice, that's not normally the case. But Coach Nurizade will make the change. Finn Porter will come back into the game. And Elias Porman is going to go to the line for 2 shots. Big welcome to all of you who have tuned in this afternoon. We've got 175 of you watching now. Brilliant to have you. Do let us know if you are watching in the comments. Big Dog Balling, good work, guys. Thank you very much. We appreciate your support. Brilliant, just to give basketball in this country the coverage it deserves. Porman goes 1 from 2, but the tip in is good from Tyrese Hudson, and the Rebels have a 5-point advantage. So Rockets really needing a score on this possession as Powell drives, and that is an offensive foul, probably as clear as you like.
Yeah, defense was set. That went right through his chest. Have a look. Is the instant replay? Yes, I think that's a good call.
Excellent. Reece Pinnock coming into the game for the Rockets, who have just stifled at the start of this second quarter. They were quite free scoring in the latter stages of the first quarter, as the floor is being taken care of by our awesome under 12s and 14s players. Something we'll talk about a little bit later on in the broadcast, Charlie, about how the junior teams are faring. But for now, it's Winter against Clark. Rory Winter hands off to Porman. Porman tries to feed it inside, but the Rebels are arriving to the floor, but Clark is as well. Maynard comes up with it. Maynard under a lot of pressure there, tries to pass over 3 players. Porman the other way, throws it up. Out of bounds is the call, and that's probably the messiest couple of possessions of the game.
Yeah, I was just thinking that both teams getting a little bit erratic, and I think they're both at their best because they have control at a fast pace, but I think they are just trying to push tempo a little bit too fast on those last 2, a couple of questionable decisions in transition.
Isaac Round is checked back into the game for the Rockets. Joanne Chapman, I imagine, supporting Trey Chapman, no doubt. He's doing very, very well, and she's very complimentary about your commentating, Charlie, so well done.
Oh.
We need to give him some praise.
Thank you, Joanne. I appreciate that a lot.
It wasn't for you personally, but, you know, we like to make you feel welcome here. Anyway, the floor has been sorted. It's a baseline ball to the Rebels. Porman inbounds to Ben Winter, and a foul is called off the ball. Mitch Clark is charged with that one. I believe that will be foul number 2 for him.
I think we have to talk about these kits a little bit later on as well, because some of the kits in Division 1 this year are really nice.
They are indeed. So shot clock winding down. It will be Porman that plays the high screen and roll. He'll go against Porter. Porman nearly loses it, and the Rockets come up with the much-needed steal as Clark just controls the tempo. Drives, kicks it to Round. Round going off the bounce. Feeds Porter. Porter is called for the travel. And Rockets, uncharacteristic mistakes as we watch the replay here. And I think that's probably the right call. You'll be able to tell us from your high-level refereeing credentials that you have.
I don't know about that. I give it a go every now and again, I suppose.
Rory Winter, great backdoor pass to his brother, who gets fouled in the process. And the Rebels definitely in the ascendancy at the moment. Finn Porter picks up that foul. And 2 shots to come for Ben Winter. Rebels have limited the Rockets to just 2 points in the opening almost 4 minutes of this second quarter. So Coach Norfolk will be very pleased with that. Winter is good on the first. But he's short on the second, but Porman rebounds it, and the Rebels get another chance to score, being up 6. 3-point attempt is just off, and the Rockets come up with the ball. Difficult period for the Rockets currently. 6 points down. What can they find here in this possession? Nice offense, getting the defense moving. Great pass. Bang! Finn Porter stuffs it home off the Clark pass for 2. And that's what the Rockets wanted, Charlie.
Certainly was. Nothing quite to get your team going like a hammer time from one of your big men.
Out of bounds is the call. The Rebels will keep it, and a change for the away team. Massafra is coming into the game for the visitors. Zane Porman taking a seat. 29 plays 33, 5.5 minutes remaining in this first half. Winter thought about shooting it. Passes off to Ben Winter, back to Rory Winter. Screen and roll, Rory Winter, and that is a shot clock violation. And the Rockets will regain possession with a chance to make it a 1-possession game. Craig Collier said, what a duo on the mic. I'm assuming he's talking about something he's watching on TV.
Yeah, can't be asked.
No. Champion for 3, connects, and the Rockets get to within 1.
That was a huge shot just to get some momentum going again. 1 point difference now.
And a foul is called on the play. Mitch Clark will pick up foul number 3 with 5 minutes remaining in this first half. That's a big call right there.
100%. 14 fouls, 5 team fouls to 0 as well. Team fouls already.
Yes, so another hurdle for the Rockets to overcome, being in the penalty with exactly, should I say, half the second quarter remaining. Mitch Clark will be sitting down on the bench. He's been very influential. He was leading all scorers in the game after the first quarter, as Ben Winter finding the free throw line a challenging place at the moment as he misses the first. As Lewis Champion's granddad chanting, "Let's see that again." But they don't see that again. It's 1 from 2 for Winter. Pinnock to Porter. Porter sort of adjusts but can't get it to go. Rebels with a 2-point advantage. 32 plays 34 here at the Valley. Ben Winter with the ball, passes to Rory Winter. Rebels moving the ball well, and an offensive foul is called. Looks like an illegal screen has been called against Tyrese Hudson. And Rockets with a chance to tie the game as we see a replay here of the offensive foul. Champion to Round. Porter. Back to Champion. Champion from way downtown is short on that one. Almost controlled on the chest there by Tyrese Hudson. Something that Jack Grealish, I'm sure, would be proud of. Champion doing a great job denying Ben Winter. But great job from Winter on the backdoor cut, and he gets it to go. What a heady play from Ben Winter. Was denied hard on the handoff, went all the way to the basket. And a great look by Tyrese Hudson. And a trip to the foul line will come for Ben Winter as Elijah Maynard checks back into the game. Oh, your fan club's definitely started. Steve Spurrier, nice to have a Plymouth accent on the comms. Yeah.
Well, very, very minor now, I think.
Your son is currently on the Rockets bench and your other son in the crowd. And Isla, who I think is one of the Rockets junior girls, is giving a star to you, so it's all going very well. Bit difficult for the Rockets, though. They're 5 down again. 32 plays 37. Winter made the and 1. So Rockets still with a bit to do here. Jenkins goes to Pinnock, reverses to Maynard. Maynard with the tough step back 3 is short. Rockets trying to keep it alive, and they do. And a foul is called.
Oh, kickball, I think. I didn't see that.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right.
I have to have. There we go. Get back to the replay.
And here it comes. Difficult to see there. But anyway, it is the Rebels' ball. Great drive. Winter for 3 is just off. Jenkins bursts out for the Rockets. Pinnock, Maynard, kicks to Round. Round out of bounds. And another unforced turnover from the Rockets. 3 minutes and change left in this first half. Rockets with only 32 points to their name after a blistering opening first quarter of 25. Little flare screen action. And Kyron Martin can't get it to go at the rim. Jenkins will have it, will play screen and roll. Jenkins fires the 3, but it's in and out from Flip Jenkins. Rockets really, really stifled on offense at the moment. Obviously, Mitch Clark sitting on the bench with 3 fouls. So the Rockets will need to defend well, and that man Pinnock does a good job doing that. Winter goes against Round, kicks it to his brother, Rory Winter, bingo. Great job by the Essex Rebels, playing some super basketball. And a timeout has been called by the Rockets head coach, Samik Nurizadeh, as they are suffering their biggest deficit of the game, 32 plays 40. What do you make of the second quarter so far, Charlie?
Well, I think both teams, especially defensively, try to put a big focus on limiting points in transition. So I think both teams now having to really try and work the best shots possible on the offensive end. We saw Essex did a really good job of actually defending in the half court there to start the quarter, keeping Rockets to only 2 points, I think, in the first 3 or 4 minutes. But both teams now starting to find a couple of open looks. So yeah, Essex making that one to finish probably help. 8-point lead in a low-scoring quarter. So yeah.
Yes, 16-7 in this second quarter with 2 minutes 17 on the clock. And Sideline has commented the fouls are stacking up. Well, they certainly are for the Rockets. Rockets have been in the penalty since the 5-minute mark in this second quarter. And Rebels, I think, with only 1 foul to their name. So the Rockets will be hoping to close this deficit heading into the half-time interval. As we see the Rebels come out and the Rockets come out from the timeout. And it's been a pretty good first half for Coach Norfolk, being able to keep Luke Basumbru out on 2 fouls. There's a little bit of full court pressure from the Rebels for the Rockets to overcome. So ball reversed to Jenkins. Jenkins goes inside to Alexander, who's back into the game. Alexander looks to go 1 against 1, gets hit there, but nothing doing. Pinnock rebounded for the home team. Jenkins, Pinnock will fire the 3 ball, and Pinnock connects. And a much-needed bucket for the home team gets the crowd on their feet, showing the 3 sign.
Quite enjoyed Matt Johnson's celebration to that 3 as well. I don't know if he clocked it in the corner over there, but that was quite entertaining as well.
Pinnock gets a hand to it, but Winter goes downhill, passes to his brother again. He can't find the 3 ball this time. Pinnock rebounds for the Rockets. Rockets looking to keep trimming that deficit. Pinnock thought about the pull-up 3, but thought better of it. Jenkins is going to play screener roll with Alexander. It's a high hedge. They go inside to Alexander. Round, Jenkins. Bingo! Timeout, Essex Rebels. And what a great sequence of play from the Rockets. It's now a 2-point ball game. 38 plays 40. And a good timeout for the Rockets a couple of minutes ago, Charlie.
100%. Excellent ball movement on that last possession as well to work the best shot possible. Really good little minute and a half there from Rockets. 2 big 3s, and now that lead is only down to 2 for Rebels. Or 1, 2.
And I have to say, really good from Christian Alexander. Received the ball inside, didn't panic, didn't play straight away. Read the defense, kicked it to the weak side. Rockets reversing the ball and finding the open man for the 3 ball. And it's all about momentum this game, and Rockets will be hoping to take it into the half-time interval. But as we know, the Rebels have led the game by 7 points twice so far, with 64 seconds left in this first half. It's great to see 195 of you watching, and it's a really good game here at the Valley. 38 plays 40. The Essex Rebels with a slender 2-point advantage, and it will be their ball as we head into the final exchanges of this first half. A little bit of full court pressure from the Rockets. Round defending Ben Winter. Looking to go inside to Hibbert. TJ Hibbert playing against Alexander. Can't find anywhere to go. Alexander blocks it, but the Rebels still have the ball. The 3-point attempt is short, and the Rockets somehow come up with the ball with Round. Round does the right thing, slows the game down. Jenkins, and a foul is called on the interior. That looks like that will be charged to TJ Hibbert. And probably the best outcome the Rockets could hope for, although that Ben Winter 3 looked like it could drop.
100%, and some excellent defense inside just then for Christian Alexander as well. I think worth a shout out.
Yes, very disciplined, and a real good lesson to all bigs as Rockets go inside, but Alexander's blocked. And the Rockets still with 15 seconds on the shot clock, so don't need to rush or panic. As they manage to get it in to Maynard. Jenkins, high screen and roll again. And another foul is called against TJ Hibbert, this time on the pick and roll action. So the Rebels still not in the penalty. They only have made 3 fouls. So it'll be sideline ball to the Rockets. There's about a 14-second difference between shot and game clock. Lob to Alexander, but that doesn't go, and the Rebels will look to have the last possession as Ben Winter has it. Game clock winding down to 10 seconds. Ben Winter against Flip Jenkins. Ghost screen comes, 3-point attempt is off. Rebound is in favor of the Rebels, but Rockets get it, and that will do us for the first half. And what a first half it has been. Pulsating at both ends of the floor, both teams trying to play some really good basketball. And as we go into the halftime interval, Rockets with a 2-point deficit, 38-40. Catch your breath and give us your thoughts.
Yeah, I think especially in sort of the start of the game, we saw some excellent defensive plays there from some of the Rockets guys, and then some really disciplined defense in the second half from Essex Rebels as well. So yeah, a couple of good defensive stops there late in the fourth for Reading, and a couple of big plays down the other end too.
Yes, indeed, and good news is we've managed to grab one of the Rockets players as you watch some highlights from this first half. We've grabbed Mitch Clark, and hopefully we'll be able to speak to him soon. So Mitch, thanks for joining us real quickly at half-time. Obviously, a really good first quarter from you guys, scoring 25 points, but you were limited to just 13 in that second quarter. Where do you think the team needs to build in this second half?
Yeah, it was a tough second quarter. Essex adjusted well. We've got to rebound the ball better. We've got to have good foul discipline and play a bit harder, I think. Our defense hasn't been very good. Yeah,
3 fouls for you in that opening first half. Something I'm sure you'll be frustrated about, but something that in the second half that you can contain and learn from?
Definitely. Hopefully I can stay on the floor.
Absolutely. And last thing, what do you think is going to be the key in this second half in terms of the defensive end? Where do you think the Rebels are causing the Rockets problems at the moment?
I just think they're moving the ball very fast. We're not communicating very well ourselves, so just got to make sure we're on top of the talk and switches and things like that, and hopefully we finish off plays with good rebounds.
Fantastic. Thanks ever so much for joining us, Mitch.
Cheers.
Go into the locker room, and really good to hear from one of the Rockets players, as the Rockets are trailing by 2 at half-time. And just before we go for our refreshments, Charlie, it's a pretty even spread for both teams. Mitch Clark himself has 8 points for the Rockets, and Connor Nelson has 8 points for the Rebels. And there's a bunch of 7s, 6s and 5s for everybody else. Be sure to join us in the second half, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great one here at the Valley. 38 plays 40. We will see you in just under 10 minutes' time.
take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi, take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss, take off the weird ass jewelry. I'ma take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top off. Take off the fabricated streams and the microwave memes. It's a real world outside. Take off your idols, take off the runway, take off the Cairo, take off the Sandro pay 5 days stay, take off for the meal, hella value. Take off the fuck flag, take off perception, take off the cop with the hot pad, take off the allure, take off the unsure, take off decisions, take off the fake deal, take off the fake woke, take off the humble cocktail, take off the gossip, take off the new logic, then the phone with jungle, take off the sugar, take off the doje, take off the breaking bad, take all of this other bullshit off and what do you have?
You ugly as fuck. 2 ATMs, you stepping to what? Who you think they talk about? Talk about us. Who you think they carry up us?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you are well rested and refreshed. We certainly are. We were treated to an absolute half-time extravaganza by dance group Messy Jam. It was great to have them on the floor at half-time. So, yep, that's all done and dusted. And now we're heading in 2 minutes to the second half of this game. It's currently Reading Rockets 38, Essex Rebels 40. My name's Ben Fisher, and I am joined this afternoon by Charlie Haynes, who's taken a break from his busy social schedule. Anyway, Charlie, tell us about what your thoughts were for the first half. I know we mentioned two things during the break about transition and the rebound game.
100%. Well, I think one of the things that we were just chatting about then with the rebounding, Reading's defensive rebounds at 9, Essex offensive rebounds at 10. So I think that's an interesting one, considering Essex have only had 6 second chance points. So if they continue this run of offensive rebounds and then can start turning those into points, that could maybe force quite a swing in the Essex favour. So yeah, I think that's one thing. And then, as you were saying a second ago about transition defense, I think both teams started to defend a little bit better in transition. And Essex, really took us out of scoring anything going downhill and forced Reading to play half-court offense for the majority of the second quarter, which caused a little bit of problems at the start of the second quarter for Reading and only let them get 13 points for the whole second quarter. So, yeah, I think those two things, as we were touching on, probably the most important.
Yes, indeed. Rockets with only 5 fast break points in the entire game. And as you correctly pointed out, Charlie, the Essex Rebels with 10 offensive rebounds, the Rockets with only 9 defensive rebounds. 25-16 is the rebound count as both teams make their way back onto the floor. And Luke Basumbru has returned to the fold for the Rebels alongside Victor Olorin, Connor Nelson, Trey Chapman and Abuke Ekwe. Rockets will go with Flip Jenkins, Zach Powell, Reece Pinnock, Elijah Maynard and Christian Alexander, and we are underway in this third quarter, in fact. 38 plays 40. Great ball movement early on. The three-point attempt is off, but a foul is called on the rebound, and that will go against Christian Alexander. That's foul number 2 for him. And as the ball goes to the sideline, Teresa Hodges, come on Rebels, watching from Lanzarote. Teresa, great to hear from you as the Rebels lay it in for 2 off the easy inbound play. 42 plays 38. Powell finds Jenkins. Jenkins will play high screen and roll. Alexander gets bumped on the screen as Powell goes to work. Spins, can't get it to drop, and the Rebels will be happy with that possession as they play with Olorin. Skips it for Sumbru, back to Olorin. High screen and roll. Rockets with the show, but go under the second one, and Olorin fires the 3-ball. And the 3-ball is good, and Christian Alexander has been called for another rebounding foul by the looks of things. And that's foul number 3 for him, and Finn Porter will have to come into the game. Well, what a start from the Rebels. They've got that 7-point advantage again, 45-38, Charlie.
100%, and you touched on at the start of the game about Christian not getting early fouls in the first quarter, which he managed to not get. Now he's got 2 early fouls to start the second half, so that could be interesting. Finn Porter's really going to have to step up now for Reading.
Indeed, shot clock winding down. Ekwe is going against Porter. Porter doing a pretty good job. Porter fouls, and 2 shots is given. Rockets 3 fouls in the opening minute and are down by 7. Tough start to the third quarter for the home team. Ekwe is going to go to the line for 2. Is good on the first. Essex' biggest lead was 32-40 before the Rockets managed to close the deficit to 2 points at half-time, but this free throw will make it a 9-point game, which it does. And that's the biggest lead for Essex so far in the opening minute of this third quarter. And it's foul-tastic in this first minute and change.
That's excellent.
A foul is called on Trey Chapman. That's his first. Sideline ball to the Rockets. Pinnock inbounds to Powell. Re-screen from Porter. Powell gets blocked on the play. Pass to Olorin. Olorin lays it in for 2, and it's an 11-point ball game. And the Rockets seem to have come out of the half-time interval very flat.
Yep, certainly have. Have to try and create something in this offense.
Powell hasn't got it going yet. Goes to Porter inside. Porter with the face-up. He'll shoot that jumper he likes, but he's shot on it, and the Rockets just don't look like making a basket right now, as the 3-point attempt from Nelson is good. And that's an incredible start to this third quarter with the Rebels. A 12-0 start with only a minute and 54 seconds gone in this stanza.
100%. That's a really awesome start, as you said. And Rockets' biggest run so far has been 6 points. So all of a sudden be down by 14 has proved quite a challenge, especially after Essex being so hot after only 2 minutes.
Absolutely. And Coach Norfolk, even though his team is up 14, is quite animated in the timeout, as you can see. He is determined for his team to get this win and seek revenge for that Kit King Trophy loss that the Rebels suffered here last month. Whereas it will be Coach Nurizadeh, I imagine, will also be relatively animated as his side trail by 14. And 193 of you witnessing what could be the Rockets' first loss of the NBL Division 1 campaign, and it's going to take a big effort in the remaining 18 minutes of this game. And the Rockets will have the ball to try to do something about it right now. So Mitch Clark has been rested no more. He is into the game. Porter hands off to Powell. Clark backdoor to Pinnock, who drops it, and that's out of bounds. And it just seems like nothing's going for the Rockets at the moment. So Rebels with another chance to extend their advantage. A little bit of full court pressure from the Rockets. Sumbru gets it back. Basumbru looks to fire, but decides to pass instead. Shot clock winding down. Basumbru versus Jenkins. Basumbru drives left and gets fouled on the play. And Jemiah Jenkins called for that one. And Lewis Champion will sub back into the game for the Rockets. And Luke Basumbru with a chance to make it a 16-point game.
Yeah, and big foul trouble early here for Rockets. Essex did a really good job of being disciplined for the first 7-8 minutes of the second quarter. So proving to be a tough team to get past at the minute, Essex Rebels.
Well, let's not forget the Essex Rebels 4-1. They've only suffered one defeat in NBL Division 1 league action so far this season. 1 from 2, but Basumbru gets it and puts it back in for 2. And it goes from bad to worse for the Rockets. They're trailing by 17 after what was only a 2-point game at the half. Clark all the way to the rack, and one. Mitch Clark stops the rock. And my goodness, was that a much-needed bucket for the home team, Charlie?
Certainly was. You could see Coach Nozade really trying to set up the right offense there. I think the boys on the floor called a play, but he noticed the opportunity for, I think it was Mitch, to attack number 21, Trey Chapman. Good call from Coach.
Yep, cutting-edge analysis there by Coach Haynes, as Clark is good on the free throw. 40 plays 55, and the Rockets are really going to need to get some stops in this middle part of the third quarter. Holleran to Basumbru. Basumbru kicks it to the corner. Nelson likes the look of it, but it doesn't quite drop, as the Rockets will play again, and transition is the game that is great for the Rockets, as Zach Powell gets all the way to the rack for 2, and that's something that we haven't seen too much of so far in this game, Charlie.
No, certainly not. I think that might have actually been his first point. So someone that's been really important for Rockets this season, but maybe he'll start getting going now, even though it is later into the game than normal.
Good defense by the Rockets.
And the ref.
9 seconds on the shot clock. Sideline ball to the Rebels. It's a 12-point game. A stop and a score here would be very much grateful for the Rockets contingent. Shot clock winding down. Basumbru going left all the way, and that could be an offensive foul, and is. Mitch Clark, and you talked about him in the first half having such an impact, Charlie, and there he was again.
Certainly is. He's just one of those guys that can really make a play for you either end of the floor when you need him to. And being down by the amount that Rockets were a second ago, he's certainly stepped up by making an and one finish at the rim and then a charge down the other end of the floor.
Luke Basumbru picking up foul number 3 there. Rockets trailing. Champion in the corner. Kicks to Porter. Porter gets fouled at the rim. And Porter with a chance to make it a 10-point game here, as Trey Chapman picks up foul number 3 as well. And you can see Luke Basumbru just chatting things over with the team. And the Rebels are going to make a change. Tyrese Hudson will come into the game for Trey Chapman. Coach Norfolk not risking having 2 players out on the floor on 3 fouls. Porter gets an incredible roll on the first. Great to see 212 of you currently tuning in as Finn Porter misses the second. It's 44 plays 55 here at the Valley. And the Rockets pressing quite a lot, but Holleran gets blocked by Porter. Champion feeds to the General. The General can't deliver. Great defense, and it's to and fro as Holleran goes to the rack and lays it in for 2. The Rebels coming out of that exchange 2 points to the good. Clark finds Powell, but nothing doing. Clark will go again. Mitch Clark to the rack and gets fouled. And Mitch Clark has been a real influence since coming back into the game in this third quarter, Charlie.
Yep, certainly has. Another big play for him. Playing with a bit of intent at the moment. Mitch trying to get into the paint as much as possible and create as many advantages as he can for himself and his teammates.
So Isaac Roundy's coming back into the game in place of Zach Powell. Mitch Clark having a trip to the line for two. Interestingly enough, both teams in the penalty. Still 5.5 minutes left in this third quarter, so it could be a long one. As Clark makes the first. And it looks like the Rockets are preparing to press once again. Clark is good, and the Rockets looking for a little bit of 1-2, 1-1 action here. Ball's inbounded, they want to just delay, take some ticks off the clock. Basumbru. And a rush shot is probably what the Rockets wanted. But Coach Norfolk not so happy with that one. Rockets with Clark for three, and he's just off. And that would have been a big one if had that have gone down, but 5 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Oh, and that's deflected out of bounds. I was going to say it did look like a travel, but out of bounds is the call in Rebels' favour. Deflected by Finn Porter. Porter and Champion doing a good job to negate that back screen. Out of bounds is the call, and a good stop from the Rockets as they have a chance to get the arrears to single digits.
Essex just starting to play with a little bit less composure as they were a second ago. Rockets doing a good job starting to control the game a little bit.
Champion will find Round, who will find Pinnock. He goes inside to Porter. Porter with 5 seconds. Beautiful hook for two. And now it's a 9-point ball game. Basumbru to Nelson. Nelson hands off to Olerin. Olerin gets the ball back. Olerin with a little bit of contact as the ball bounces around, and Luke Basumbru, believe it or not, I think has picked up foul number 4. It is indeed right in the backcourt against Champion, so Luke Basumbru will have to come out of the game. Lewis Champion will go to the line for 2, and oh, this game's toing and froing, eh?
Well, it's very exciting.
So LJC on the line for 2 shots. Once again, 220 of you tuning in to watch this NBL Division 1 clash. 2 top teams in the league. Reading Rockets against Essex Rebels. And we really appreciate you checking in to see Lewis Champion at the moment making his first free throw. Goes 2 from 2, and he'll take a breather with Zach Powell coming into the game. 50 plays 57, and it's looking a whole lot better for the home team than it was about 4 minutes ago, Charlie.
Yep, certainly is. I'm liking this 1-2-1-1 press that Rockets have going at the moment.
Rockets nearly getting the steal there. Zach Powell can't quite save it.
Rockets started to control the pace of the game a little bit.
Olerin has to come back to help proceedings. Pinnock doing a good job. Portman, who's checked into the game for Basumbru, been quite quiet so far. Ekwe with the ball. Ekwe versus Powell. Powell doing a pretty good job so far. Shot clock winding down. Huge three-point attempt is good. My goodness me, Connor Nelson nails the 3 ball. Porter! Off the Pinnock pass for 2. Good response from the home team. 8-point ball game, 52 plays 60. Ekwe with the 3 ball, no good. Powell rebounds. Powell looking to go coast to coast to Pinnock. Pinnock to Porter. Porter can't get it to go, but does get fouled in the process. Great transition play from the Rockets. And Tyrese Hudson picks up foul number 2. Ben Winter comes in for Ebuka Ekwe. And Finn Porter will go to the line to try to make it a 6-point ball game.
What a comeback this is from Reading at the moment.
Mark Harewood says, epic numbers. Mark, we miss you a lot. We've got great numbers watching this stream because it's a great NBL Division 1 clash. Really good to be able to be bringing you live basketball on a Sunday afternoon here from Loddon Valley Leisure Centre as Finn Porter goes 2 from 2. 54 plays 60. 3 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in this third quarter. More full court pressure from the Rockets. A little bit more physicality out there. Can the Rockets get a stop? As Ben Winter gets the ball, defended by Round. It's that man again. He nails the 3, Connor Nelson. And you have to ask, when will the Rockets learn?
Connor Nelson now 4 from 7 from behind the arc, I believe.
Clark passes to Round, back to Clark. Pinnock reverses to Powell. Powell, they're going to have to do something here, the Rockets. Pinnock takes the step through 2, doesn't go. Clark rebounds, does he? He's got it, he's tapped it to Pinnock. Mitch Clark making all the big plays at the moment as Pinnock goes for the runner off the window for 2. And a timeout is called by coach Ross Norfolk as his team now only lead by 7. So a pulsating third quarter with the Rebels going up by as many as 17 points. The Rockets trimming the deficit to 7. What do you think's been the catalyst behind that, Charlie?
I think it's just the change of pace that Rockets have tried to put in the game. Sam Nuzali starting to put in things like the 1-2-1-1 press and starting to switch everything on the perimeter. I think it's just sort of the change of pace they've offered and maybe starting to look at a few different kind of actions. They've started to look at trying to get Mitch Clark into the paint off a few different reads, curling pin downs and utilising ball screens. And I think that's really started to just help Rockets get some different looks on the offensive end and create some transition opportunities.
Absolutely, and as a reminder, Luke Basumbru is sitting on the bench with 4 personal fouls, still with 2 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Once again, great to see now up to 235 of you checking in to this live stream by Basketball Academy TV. 56 plays 63. We're live from Loddon Valley Leisure Centre, and it will be an Essex Rebels ball as we head into the last few exchanges of this third quarter. And the Rebels with a bit of full court pressure from the Rockets. Find the middle of the floor. And Olerin has it for the Rebels. Coach Norfolk gives the thumbs up. Portman, great pass to Winter for 2. And that's right out of the timeout book there, Charlie.
It certainly is. Great little play there from coach.
Clark will fire the 3 ball and will connect. Don't leave Mitch Clark open, he says. 59 plays 65. It's a 6-point game. A minute and a half remaining in this third quarter. Olerin trying to go against Clark. It'll be Portman. The ball ends up in Nelson's hands. Can this guy miss? Connor Nelson nails the long 2 right in the face of Isaac Round. Pinnock no good on the layup. And Portman will get it. 8-point game as we head into the final minute of this third quarter, and the Rockets will not want this to go to double digits heading into the final stanza. Portman inside against Powell. Portman finds the cutting Hudson, who misses the first but makes the second, and the Rockets really did nothing about that. And we're back to a 10-point ball game. Clark will fire the 3 ball again and connect! Mitch Clark, 3 ball, and he tells them about it.
He certainly does.
62-59, Portman, great, I was just about to say great defense from Powell, but a foul has been called on the play against Zach Powell. 2 shots will be the outcome.
Connor Nelson and Mitch Clark really letting it fly from the 3-point line in this quarter.
Elijah Maynard coming back in for the Rockets. Portman has 2 shots and does not get the friendly Loddon Valley roll on the first, much to the delight of the Rockets faithful, as they're witnessing their team behind by 7. Doesn't get the second, but let's have another free throw, says the referee. And it appears the Rockets went in early, or something happened. Anyway, Portman will unquestionably convert the additional free throw. As 62 plays 70, 15 seconds remaining. It'll be the final possession of this quarter for the Rockets as Clark goes to the rack and 1! Mitch Clark making things happen in this third quarter. What a play by the Rockets' number 4.
That is an unreal finish from Mitch Clark, absorbing the contact and still making the bucket off the backboard.
64 plays 70. Clark with a chance to reduce the arrears to just 5. Remember, it was a 2-point ball game at halftime. The Rebels extended to 17, and now the Rockets have got it to 4 even. My restricted view of the scoreboard did not help me there.
It's right, you pulled it off.
No, 65. I was right. 65 plays 70. Last 6 seconds. The Rebels pass. It's that man again. He'll fire the 3 ball.
Oh my Lord.
Goodness me. Connor Nelson has had the quarter of his life as he fires a prayer at the end of the third quarter, gets it to go, and the Rebels have an 8-point advantage heading into the final 10 minutes. What a third quarter that was.
Mitch Clark and Connor Nelson are treating us to a show right now. Some of the plays that we've seen in this third quarter have been absolutely unbelievable to watch.
Yes, absolutely. And just a reminder, if you're just joining us, 231 of you on the stream, as great game is said on the comments, it certainly is. And as we said just before the end of quarter interval, Rockets were trailing by just 2 points at the half. The Rebels have poured in 33 points in this third quarter, Charlie. The Rockets have not been slouches scoring-wise, but it's the Rebels that will have an 8-point advantage heading in to this fourth and final quarter. And it could have been so much worse for the Rockets, trailing by 17 at one stage.
100%. I mean, Essex are a tricky team to play against with so much size and the ability to shoot from the 3-point line and winning the battle of the boards. I think Rockets have done well to keep themselves in it offensively, considering some of the defensive struggles they've had.
So that was definitely the Clark versus Nelson quarter, with both players pouring in 16 points personal apiece in that quarter. Excellent efforts by both players. Mitch Clark with 22 points and 5 assists. And Connor Nelson, 5 from 8 from the three, shooting 62.5%. Let's see if he can keep that going. It was a 27-33 third quarter, and now we're about to head into the fourth. And the Rockets will get us started for this fourth and final quarter. Maynard and Champion are in. Alexander's checked back in. It's the hot hand Mitch Clark. Gives it up to Champion. Back to Clark. They'll go inside. Alexander. Alexander is called for a travel. And that's not what the Rockets wanted to start this fourth quarter.
No, certainly isn't. Interesting dilemma for coach at the minute. Do you play Alexander, who had a little bit of foul trouble to start the second half, or Finn Porter, who started to get a little bit hot in this second half?
Portman passes to, the ball arrives to Hudson inside. And it looks like a foul is being called on the play and one. So Christian Alexander is charged with that one. So that's foul number 4, resulting in an immediate change. And the Rockets are not making life easy for themselves, Charlie, are they?
No, certainly not. I did think that was a bit of a tough goal on that one, but overall, a travel on one end and a foul on the other can be quite a difficult way to start a fourth quarter.
The last 3 possessions with that Connor Nelson 3 at the end of the third has not gone in the Rockets' favour whatsoever, and they've just given up another offensive rebound. So it's a 10-point ball game with the Rebels having possession. Not quite sure why the shot clock was at 24. But the Rockets scrambling for it, and a held ball is called. And the possession arrow is in favour of the Rebels, who seem to have everything going for them at this moment.
100%. They started the third quarter pretty hot, so if they can start the fourth quarter in the same way, it could be a really tough game for the Rockets by the end.
A big welcome to 264 of you on the stream. It's so good to see so many people tuning in to NBL Division 1 action. And we are bringing it to you live here from Loddon Valley Leisure Centre. It's the Reading Rockets 65, Essex Rebels 75. And the Rebels will have the ball from the sideline with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Rockets don't switch, and all the way to the rack goes Kyron Martin, but he can't get it to go. Porter can't get it to go, but will go to the line for 2. And it will be interesting to see a replay of that one. A foul is called against Elias Portman. That's his first foul. Porter is off on the free throw. Porter goes 1 from 2, and it's 66-75. Rockets with a little bit of full court pressure. And another foul is called on Mitch Clark. That will be foul number 4 against him. So Zach Powell will return. So it will be an Essex Rebels ball from the sideline. Rockets working with a little bit of full court pressure as they scramble back to disrupt in the half court, and Portman will have it. Ben Winter hands off to Martin. Kyron Martin looking to go one-on-one. Going against one-on-one against one of the best on-ball defenders in the league. As Pinnock challenges the shot, doesn't go. And Rockets, thankfully for them, come up with it for the first time. As Champion drives to Pinnock in the corner to Maynard. Maynard nearly loses it, and an unsportsmanlike foul is called on the play.
I think Connor Nelson felt his ankle a little bit on that last pass as he twisted at the halfway line. So I think he was trying to stop the game with that foul, but didn't do it the right way.
Yes, indeed, and he looks to have taken a bit of a knock, and Ricardo Masfra will come into the game in his place. And the outcome of all that is 2 shots to the Rockets and possession. So Coach Nurazadeh will definitely be hoping they can really cash in at this visit. Powell is good on the first. And makes the second. 68 plays 75, so the Rockets with a real chance here to close the gap further. So Champion to Powell. Powell with 6 seconds. Maynard fires the 3 and connects.
Big shot.
Elijah Maynard, 71-75, and the Rockets with their tails wagging.
That is a big shot for the Rockets. 4-point game now.
Rockets faithful really getting after it here at the Valley as Poorman hands off to Martin. Masfra, Poorman again. Shot clock winding down. Poorman stops and pops. Tough shot. Can't get it to go. Rockets really need to rebound. And a foul is called on the play. And Reese Pinnock is charged with that one. And the Rockets' woes on the rebound, Charlie, continue.
Yeah, 100%. We said that was one of the things earlier that was a big difference in the stat sheet. And we said if Essex start to make use of their second chance opportunities, then it could be quite challenging. So, yep, still battling for the boards and still getting the best of them.
And the next question, I guess, to ask is how long do both coaches keep their players on the bench that have been performing well? Luke Basumbru has been out with 4 fouls, and Mitch Clark currently sitting down with 4 fouls. Got 7.5 minutes left. When should they be coming back into the game?
Well, that's the thing. Essex bench are dominating the minutes at the minute on the most part. Luke Basumbru only 11.5 minutes in this game as a key player. That's not a lot.
So Poorman looks to spin, but stopped by Pinnock. And I thought a travel was called, but it's another foul. Finn Porter charged with that one, and that'll be an interesting one to have a look on the old replay. Yes. Interesting. But the outcome is 2 shots, which is the most important thing. And the first free throw from Tyrese Hudson is good. 71 plays 76. And misses the second as Porter rebounds cleanly this time. So the Rockets trailing by 5. What a game this has been, and great to see again so many of you tuning in. We're near the 300 mark as Champion drives the baseline, but goes out of bounds, and it's those errors that are really hurting the Rockets in this game, Charlie.
Yeah, I think so. I think every turnover in this game is important, especially when both teams have such big offensive threats. I think every turnover that gives another team, the other team another possession can be challenging at best.
So 3-point attempt there by Kyron Martin didn't go, but the Rebels have another offensive rebound, and this was a story of their loss to Barking Abbey. Shot clock winding down, Martin kicks it. The 3-point attempt is off, and Rockets will be saying their prayers because it's gone in their favour. (71-76). 6 minutes 40 remaining in this 4th and final quarter. Where will this ball game be headed? Both teams have had runs as a almost turnover is made with 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. And Coach Nurizadeh has made the first move. Mitch Clark comes back into the game on 4 fouls. So like a game of chess, Nurizadeh has made the first play, and it's that man he's put in with 5 seconds, shoots the 3 ball cold, and is cold. He's ice cold.
Straight
Mitch
off
Clark.
the bench. What a way to reintroduce yourself into the game.
74 plays 76. Portman dishes off but can't get it to go. The layup is missed. The Rockets will not come up with the rebound again, and that's got to be a frustrating one. But they're defending tenaciously as Pinnock versus the cutter. Rockets with a Mitch Clark dive to Pinnock. Pinnock in transition. Oh! Reese Pinnock! Incredible! Has tied the game at 76. And the Loddon Valley crowd are on their feet. The Rockets were 17 points down in the 3rd quarter. Portman to Winter. Winter kicks it back. Good ball reversal. 3-point attempt is good. Ricardo Massafra really puts a dagger in the hearts of the crowd as the Rebels lead by 3 again.
What an unbelievable game we have. Loddon Valley is starting to lift off.
Porter gives it to the other team. And a foul is committed in transition. Sideline, I think it will be sideline ball. Or actually, it will be 2 shots because the Rockets are in the penalty. So with 5 minutes, 5 seconds left, every foul from the Rockets will result in free throws. And Coach Norfolk has now made his move. And Victor Olerin and Luke Basumbru are back into the game. And the first free throw from Kyron Martin is good. And we're back to a 5-point game. 76 plays 81. As Coach Nurizadeh decides Elijah Maynard will come in for Reese Pinnock, who had that incredible scoop layup.
Yep, certainly one for the highlight reel. Harlem Globetrotter-esque.
Champion at the tipping point of this 4th quarter, under 5 minutes remaining. Champion for 3 is fouled. And Lewis Champion is going to go to the line for 3. Wow, what a ball game.
100%. I suppose with both teams having such threats from the 3-point line, it's plenty of closing out. Having to do any open 3 is always got a very high chance of going in, and with all the closeouts having to happen, there's plenty of opportunities to get to the rim.
So Champion uncharacteristically off on the first. Great to have 292 of you watching this enthralling NBL Division 1 clash. We're into the last 5 minutes. Rockets trailing by 4, 77-81. Champion still with a free throw to come. Which he converts. He goes 2 from 3, so it's a 3-point game. And Coach Nurizadeh possibly going offense for defense early on in this game with Pinnock.
I just wonder how long they'll keep Connor Nelson out of the game here, Essex. I don't know. I know he picked up a knock earlier, but I did see him trying to run it off on the sideline a second ago.
Yeah, Connor Nelson, who had 22 points at the end of the 3rd quarter. So Olerin against Clark, as Portman will go against Champion. Portman barrels his way, can't get it to go, and Porter will rebound for the Rockets. Rockets with a chance here as Porter spins and gets it to go for two. It's a 1-point ball game, 80-81. 4 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. 1-point ball game here live at the Valley. We've got over 300 of you tuning in as Basumbru feeds to Portman, but it's stolen by the Rockets. Pinnock gets fouled on the play and will go to the line for two.
Opportunity to take the lead here, Reading.
Victor Ollerin charged with that one, and it is that man who returns to the fold. Connor Nelson will come back in, and my goodness me, he has been a shooting sensation this evening.
Yeah, certainly has. Plenty of highlights from some of the guys out there tonight.
So Reese Pinnock to the line for two. We're under the 4-minute mark. It's 80-81. And as the floor gets wiped at the far end, a chance to catch our breath in what a game this has been. And just to remind you that the Rebels had a 17-point advantage at one stage in the third quarter. The Rockets have really rallied, and they've shown a lot of grit and determination. And Reese Pinnock has tied the game at 81. And lots of comments coming in about nail-biter tense. It certainly is. But do sit back, relax and enjoy these last 4 minutes with us here live at Loddon Valley Leisure Centre as Pinnock finds the iron on the free throw. So we're tied at 81. Basumbru. Hudson. Nelson. Nelson goes off the bounce. Wide open three is off. And the Rockets somehow come up with the rebound. 3.5 minutes left. Rockets fans are chanting, "Let's go, Rockets, let's go."
Oh.
Clark blows the layup as Basumbru comes, plays downhill. Ollerin for three. Bingo! Victor Ollerin with the corner three ball gives his team a 3-point advantage with 3 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the game. Timeout has been called by Coach Nurazadeh. And what will he be saying during this timeout?
Well, I think especially every 3-point shot at the minute has an even bigger impact at the moment. I think definitely we'll be talking about the next offense, but also just making sure their assignments on defense are really clear. Who are we maybe coming off on a gap, and who is it that we have to be a little bit more cautious of denying the 3-point shot to?
Yeah, it's worth mentioning that the Rebels have 16 offensive rebounds in the game, I believe, which has hurt the Rockets. They are owning the battle of the boards. That's certainly what's kept the Rebels alive, giving them second chance opportunities. But a big welcome. We're now up to 325 of you watching on the stream. It's absolutely fantastic to have you with us as it's NBL Live Division 1 action between the Reading Rockets and the Essex Rebels. Rockets unbeaten in league play so far, but that is right on the line right now against the Rebels, who are looking to progress their record to 5 wins and a loss. 81 plays 84, both teams in the penalty. Rockets with 1 timeout left. The Rebels have 2 timeouts left. And let's see what happens. So Champion has made some big shots in fourth quarters, has the ball. Powell will fire the three, and Powell will connect. Incredible from Zach Powell. The general makes it 84 apiece. 3-point attempt from that guy as well. Oh my, Connor Nelson. Let it rain. And another one for him. Incredible. You are witnessing one of the best games of the season so far. As Powell has it again, he'll go off the bounce. It's Clark for 3. Oh! Bingo! Mitch Clark with the 3 ball. 87-86. Incredible. And a foul is called on Reese Pinnock. And that will be 2 shots. That's foul number 4 for Pinnock. Luke Basumbru really doing a good job playing downhill. So 2 minutes 25 remaining, 87-86. Luke Basumbru to the line for 2. We have been treated to an epic encounter here.
We certainly have. My heart rate is through the roof right now with some of the shots that we're watching.
Basumbru ties the game at 87. Basumbru rims out on the second one as Pinnock gets it. We're tied at 87 with 2 minutes 20 remaining in the ball game. Hang on to the edge of your seats as Powell goes to the rack for 2 and gets it to go. 89-87. Ollerin with the ball. Ollerin stops and pops the 3 ball, connects. Victor Ollerin, and the Rockets going under there, and he gives the Rebels a 1-point advantage. Porter to Clark. Clark inside to Porter. Cutters are arriving. Powell to Champion. Champion for 3 gets blocked. It's a big call. Or rather a no call as Basumbru goes against Clark inside. No help. But it's stolen by Clark to Powell. Powell gets stripped. Pinnock is out of bounds. Incredible scenes here. It looked like Pinnock was kind of rugby tackled there.
Oh.
And out of bounds is the call. And we've got a minute. We've got a minute and 15 seconds left, and a minute and 19 seconds, and a technical foul has been given against Lewis Champion. So that's not what the Rockets wanted at that stage.
I think there was a couple of calls there that were in the 50-50 zone. I do think that one on the end there, I think Reese definitely was fouled, but high-tempo game, so, you know.
Connor Nelson makes the free throw, 89 plays 91. It's looking favourable for the Rebels as they have possession. So Rebels will have a full shot clock as well. Rockets will be desperate for a stop here. As the ball is static for the moment. Ollerin tries to get it. Great cut. Good pitch. Basumbru ices the game. You think Luke Basumbru with a killer 3 from the corner gives the Rebels a 5-point advantage as we head under a minute. And Coach Nurazadeh has called his final timeout. As we look at the replay, Basumbru gets the friendly roll.
That is a huge shot from Luke Basumbru.
Rockets calling for offensive interference, but the ball was well in the cylinder. And they trail by 5, and it's going to have to be a huge play, or huge couple of plays here from the Rockets if they are to escape with this win. But you have to say, Charlie, the Rebels have been well worth their leads in this game.
They certainly have. Their shooting from behind the arc has been absolutely excellent. They've been going after the boards, and they've been defending pretty hard. So both teams have been excellent offensively, but I think the hustle stats and the shooting percentages has definitely been in favour of Essex today.
Certainly has. So the situation here is the Reading Rockets trail by 5 at home to the Essex Rebels with their unbeaten record on the line, 89 plays 94. The Rockets are now out of timeouts, but will advance the ball to the front court. They have a 14-second shot clock, 59.2 remains on the game clock. So the Rockets must, you feel, have a score here to have any interest in the remainder of this game. Clark for three. Rims out. And you feel that's going to be what hurts the Rockets as Flip Jenkins fouls arguably the best shooter on the court today in Connor Nelson. So Connor Nelson will go to the line for two. Remember, the Rockets are out of timeouts. They've got nothing left. Nelson is money on the first. It's a 6-point advantage to the visitors, who look all but set to take away the Rockets' unbeaten record. 2 from 2. Clinical by Connor Nelson. The Rebels extending just to slow things down as Clark drives to Pinnock. Pinnock, this is great for the Rebels because time's going off the clock, and Porter lays it in for two. And with a 5-point ball game, 33.4 seconds left, Coach Norfolk takes time out. His team are leading by 5. So, timeout has been called, and the Rebels just looking to get the ball inbounded safely. Rockets will need to foul almost immediately, being careful not to foul. Being careful not to foul before the ball comes in, otherwise that will be an unsportsmanlike foul. But can we just thank the 356 of you that are joining us. It's been an absolutely blistering encounter here at Loddon Valley Leisure Centre. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you very much indeed to all of our sponsors as well, to Go Perform Physiolistic, to Drippy Grippy, to New Bucks University, to Low Early MOTs, and also to Nobro. We really, really value all your support. And of course, through Basketball England, Sports Surf Wilson, Sure Shot, all contributors. And I must also mention Somerville Glass and Windows Limited also supporting the Rockets. So the Rebels have opted to take the ball in the backcourt for probably a bit more space, which is wise. And the ball comes in now, and the foul is made. So it will be 2 shots to Kyron Martin. And with that foul, Reese Pinnock fouls out of the game. Mitch Clark will come back in for offense. 2 shots to come. You'd feel these two have to miss if the Rockets are to have any chance now.
Yeah, I think so. I think with such good shooters on the floor, Rockets would have to foul again probably if he did make both.
Kyron Martin gets the friendly roll on the first. And is good on the second, and you feel that 7-point advantage all but ices the game as Maynard comes back in for the Rockets. 31.4 seconds on the game clock. Maynard will go to the rack and dunk it for 2, 93-98, and Coach Norfolk will use his final timeout just to ensure that the ball comes in safely. And Charlie, just obviously we're close to wrapping this one up. What's your thoughts been of your first commentary of the season? I believe it is. Is it your first commentary of the season?
Well, I did do a pre-season. But yeah, it's the first one of the actual season. So I very much enjoyed it. Always enjoy sitting down and having a bit of a chat with you, Ben.
Yeah, and we've been treated to an absolutely awesome encounter. And just whilst we have you on as we wind down in this game, just tell us how things are going with your role with the Rockets Junior Girls program, growing ever stronger, bigger and stronger. How's that been going for you so far this season?
It has been absolutely fantastic this season. It's been pretty awesome to have under 10s, 12s, 14s, 16s, 18s, WBL, Div 1. We've got a whole girls pathway now, as well as our girls community sessions. So yeah, going really, really well, getting stronger and stronger year by year.
Congratulations to Charlie and the Reading Rockets Junior Girls program. And it's great to see them in some of them in watching this evening and our WNBL women's game earlier on today when the Rockets fell to the Bristol Flyers, 65-57. And this time the Rebels are going to the front court. And there it is, the ball comes in, and they've got it to the man they want to get it to. Coach Norfolk very, very happy with that. It's gone exactly where he drew up. And Connor Nelson, who has shot the lights out this evening, will go to the line for 2. And he's good on the first, and Rebels tot up 99, and this will make it 100, and very difficult to win a game of basketball giving up 100 points.
Certainly is.
And he does go 2 from 2. 93 plays 100. We're into the final 20 seconds of action. As Jenkins and Mitch Clark will fire the 3, and he'll connect just to keep things a little bit interesting with 14.3 seconds remaining.
Got to get a steal here, Rockets.
Yeah, and Mitch Clark fouls Connor Nelson, who has managed to get himself free every single time to shoot the free throws. That will be the last action Mitch Clark plays in this game, and what a fantastic afternoon he has had scoring-wise.
Yeah.
Sure you're going to tell me how many points he's finished up with?
Yeah, I was just having a look. He's got 28 points to go with 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 0 turnovers, and 3 steals. So excellent day at the office for him, despite having the challenging foul count in the first half.
Connor Nelson makes the first free throw. And the second, and I imagine he's probably leaving the game with a 30-piece for sure. 96 plays 102 as Powell fires the 3, but he'll miss. And he will foul, and that will do it. The Essex Rebels are going to leave Reading with a very, very well-earned victory. What a tremendous performance. And what a tremendous season the Rebels are having. They're moving to 5-1 in NBL Division 1. The Rockets will drop to 4-1, but have the Kit King Trophy semi-final next weekend, Sunday the 26th of November, when they entertain the Derby Trailblazers for a place in the final, the first silverware on offer this season. And the Bradford Dragons await as Massacre goes 2 from 2. The Rockets will probably take the last shot. Jenkins fires. He can't connect, and that's it. It's a huge win for the Essex Rebels. They leave the Valley with a 104-96 win. They were up by 17. The Rockets got it back to tie the game at 81. But they have dug deep. And this time, unlike the Kit King Trophy game, they are leaving here with a well-earned victory. Charlie, what a game. Give us your thoughts
100%.
on that one.
100%. I think both teams have put on an offensive masterclass today. We already spoke about Mitch Clark dropping 31 points total in the end. Similarly, Connor Nelson also dropping 31 of his own, going 62% from 3 and 10 of 10 from the free throw line. So loads of exciting offense on offer today and a really good, fun game for everyone to watch.
Excuse me, yes, absolutely. And Connor Nelson, 31 points, not missing from the free throw line, being ice cold in the final parts of the game. And the Rebels, what do you think, after seeing them in action, they can do this season? Now with a record of 5 wins and a single loss to their name. What's your thoughts?
Well, look, I think any team that can shoot the ball as well as some of the players in that group can, as well as have a size advantage and dominate the boards as the way they have today, has a good chance. I think a few things to maybe look at defensively, but offensively and on the glass, really good. And, a good performance from them today, and I think, yeah, they got a good chance of doing really well this year, which as they are so far.
Awesome, and I think we're going to be joined by... sorry for the delay. We're going to be joined by Victor Olleran shortly. And Victor, hopefully you can hear me. It's still pretty loud in here, but first of all, many, many congratulations on today's win. What do you think made a difference in that second half?
We just really wanted to win this game, like just to send a message out to the rest of the league. We worked so hard. We feel like a couple of games we've been unfortunate, and we just felt really motivated going into halftime. We believed we could win this game, so yeah, that helped a lot.
And coming into the game, this is obviously the second time that you faced the Rockets. What was your game plan that was something different to last time?
Our game plan was just to try and stop them going downhill as much as possible, so going under on screens, just making sure that they're not getting their first foot on us going downhill, yeah.
19 points, 6 rebounds for you, but special shout-out has to go to Connor Nelson.
Oh, wow.
31 points,
wow.
Shooting 10 from 10 from the line and 5 from 8 from 3. What a night he had.
I'm not surprised, honestly. He's honestly one of the best shooters I've ever played with. Him and Kyron, we've got... Our roster just goes so deep. A lot of people can go for 30, 20 on any given night. Like, you got Luke, Zay, we got a lot of people that can go, so I'm not even surprised. But he came in clutch for us today, for sure.
And the other stat that's most notable is you won the Battle of the Boards by 46 to 32.
Wow.
How key was that for your victory tonight?
No, that was really key. Coach was just like telling us a lot. Just keep them off the boards, keep them off the boards, keep them off the boards, because they get a lot of second chance opportunities. So we just made sure we just stuck to that. Everyone bought in, and we come out with a win, man.
And final question, Victor, if I may. What do you think this team can achieve this year?
I think we can win everything, honestly. Like, from the moment I signed to this team, the moment we all came in, the goals have been pretty simple and pretty clear. Like, we're trying to win everything. We're trying to have a complete change to what it was like last year. The culture's changed. Everything's changed about this team this year. So we're trying to just go out, just compete.
Well, Victor, many, many congratulations on your win. It's a really well-deserved victory. You've given Reading Rockets their first loss of the NBL Division 1 campaign. Go and enjoy yourself with your teammates.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for checking in.
Thank you, cheers.
So that was Victor Olleran there. Really great to have him talking over the Essex Rebels victory. And we'll be joined soon by one of the Rockets players to get their take on the game. But Victor Olleran, as we said, finished with 19 points, 6 rebounds. And he was supported by Luke Basumbu, who had 12 points and 6 rebounds. But we'll now move over to the Rockets. And I'm very grateful that the Rockets captain, Lewis Champion, has joined us. Lewis, tough night for the Rockets tonight. 104 given up.
Yeah.
17 down in the third quarter, tied it at 81, but just ran out of steam. What happened?
Yeah, I mean, just Simon just said there, every time we got it kind of close, we had mistakes that just kind of let them get the lead back out. And yeah, it just comes to staying composed and making sure that we keep our heads. Me personally, I got a tee towards the end of the fourth, and that doesn't help, does it? So yeah, bad for me, but I think as a team we'll groups get back together as a group tomorrow and look at our mistakes, and we can go forward from there.
Yes, indeed. It's the first loss of the NBL Division 1 campaign. I think the turnover count was pretty good for the Rockets in the sense of only 11. But one notable statistic was the rebounding count was 46-32 in favour of the Rebels. What's your feeling on that?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I think our thing throughout the season is if we can be in the rebound battle and win it, I think we have a chance to win any game. But obviously today they out-rebound us, and credit to them. They've got some really good guys who can really rebound the ball, and we didn't capitalise on that today at all.
Special mention to Mitch Clark. He performed so well this evening. Had finished up with 31 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. What dynamic has he brought to the team this year?
He's a great guy, man. Great person, great leader. Brings a lot of calm to the team. We definitely missed him last week against Nottingham, kind of just in the moments when we need like a big bucket or just to settle the ship. He's a great person, great guy, a really good teammate.
Absolutely, and once you put this one behind you, which I'm sure you will do very soon, it's Kit King Trophy semi-final action next week as the Rockets entertain Derby Trailblazers. How are you guys looking forward to that one? Yeah,
I'll be excited. I mean, to be in the semi-final is always fun. Playing against a good Derby team who's got some really good players, so I think it'll be a really exciting one to be a part of and to see.
Well, Lewis, we really appreciate your time. Thanks ever so much for joining us. That's the Rockets captain, Lewis Champion, just reflecting on the Rockets' 96, 104-point loss against the Essex Rebels. And Charlie, just listening to those two guys, two absolute stalwarts of English basketball, really refreshing to hear their thoughts and comments. Just wrap up your thoughts for today's pulsating game.
Look, I think we've seen two teams leave absolutely everything out on the floor today and produce a really exciting competition for us. I think both teams have a really good chance of doing well this year, both offering slightly different things. We got three-point threat and size, and a slightly smaller lineup with really exciting play, getting downhill and looking to get into the paint and create opportunities on the kick-out. So two quite different teams, but both very exciting, and wish them all the best for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, Charlie, for accompanying us this evening. We will be back next week for Kit King Trophy semi-final action. Reading Rockets versus the Derby Trailblazers. But for tonight, it's the Rebels who leave Reading with a well-deserved victory. Thank you for tuning in. See you soon.